Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I, Dr. Pragya Dheer from Department of Commerce and Management, University of Kota. Today we are going to talk on module HR audits, nature, benefits, scope and approaches to HR audit from paper Human Resource Management. The main purpose of human resource audit is first to review the system of acquiring, developing, allocating and utilizing human resource in the organization. Second, to evaluate the extent to which line managers have implemented the policies and programs initiated by top management or human resource department. Third, to identify shortcomings in the management of human resources. And last, to evaluate the human resource staff. Now, introduction. The word audit comes from Latin word audire, which means to listen. Listening implies an attempt to know the state of the affairs as they exist and as they are expected or promised to exist. Auditing as a format process is rooted in this feature of listening. Consequently, it is a diagnostic tool to gauge not only to current status of things but also the gaps between the current status and the desired status in the area that is being audited. Auditing has been a routine exercise in the area of finance, especially because it is a statutory obligation. However, in case of human resource, there is no legal bindings to adopt auditing. Some of the companies nevertheless prefer to have human resource audits. Human resource audits is based on the premise that human resources are dynamic and must continually be redirected and revitalized to remain responsive to the ever-changing needs. Human resource audits are not routine practices aimed at problem solving. Instead of directing solving problems, human resource audits like financial audits help in providing insights into possible causes for current and future problems. A well-run and managed human resource department can increase morale, reduce employee turnover, and help a business run smoothly, and is mainly cases remain competitive. Employees should be seen as the most valued asset of a company and treated accordingly. Because of this, to make sure a human resource department is operating to its best capacity, it is important to run a periodic human resource audit. What is human resource audit? Human resources are the people in an organization, so a human resource audit is a look at those people and processes that put them in place to make sure the system is working efficiently. An HR audit also goes beyond looking at the hiring process into areas like employee retention, budgeting, training, employee compensation, management or employer relation, and virtually any process or practice within the company that affects its people. A periodic human resource audit can qualify its effectiveness within an organization. Human resource audit may accomplish a variety of objectives such as ensuring legal compliances, helping maintain or improve a competitive advantage, establishing efficient documentation and technology practices, and identifying strengths and weaknesses in training, communication and other employment practices. What are the definitions which defines HR audit? Human resource audit is a comprehensive method of objective and systematic verification of current practices, documentation, policies, and procedures prevalent in the HR system of the organization. An effective human resource audit helps in identifying the need for improvement and enhancement of the HR function. It also guides the organization in maintaining compliance with ever-changing rules and regulations. Human resource audit thus helps in analyzing the gap between what is the current HR function and what should be or could be the best possible HR function in the organization. Human resource audit means the systematic verification of job analysis and design, recruitment and selection orientation and placement, training and development, performance appraisal and job evaluation, employee and executive remuneration, motivation and morale, participative management, communication, welfare and social security, safety and health, industrial relation, trade unionism, and disputes and their resolution. HR audit is very useful to achieve the organizational goal and also is a vital tool which helps to assess the effectiveness of HR function of an organization. Human resource audit implies critical examination and evaluation of policies, programs, and procedures in the area of human resource management. It is a periodical review to measure the effectiveness of human resource management and to determine the steps required for more effective use of human resources. Human resource audit involves a formal, systematic, and in depth analysis, investigation, and comparison. Need for human resource audit. To make the show successful and increase the effectiveness of the organization, management found the solution in competent manpower. Human resource development functions should be performed as per the planning and expected results. To ensure and not to take chance, the organization undertake HRD audit due to the following reasons. First, a change has taken place in managerial philosophy. Management now feel the employees' participation in the activities of the organization and their identification with its essential for successful making of the organization. Second, as an organization grows, continuous feedback is required to improve the performance of its personnel. Human resource audit provides the required feedback. It is all the more necessary in a diversified and decentralized organization. Third, trade unions have become more powerful and are playing more active role in human resource management. They often question management's competence in industrial relations. Management can meet this challenge through human resource audits. Fourth, human resource audit is becoming necessary due to rising labor costs and increasing opportunities for competitive advantage in human resource management. Fifth, in order to protect employee interests, central and state government intervene more often and more extensively. Human resource audits can be helpful in avoiding such interventions. And sixth, growing proportion of technical, professional and women employees create more difficult problems in human resource management. Human resource audit is required to tackle these problems. What are the benefits of human resource audit? First, to identify the contribution of human resource dependent on the organization. Second, to identify and take corrective actions on the shortcomings that were noticed as a result of the audit. Third, to improve the performance of personnel department who practice human resource management in day to discharge their duties. Fourth, it clarifies human resource department's duties and responsibilities. Next, to locate critical personnel problems and take necessary actions to resolve them. And last, to find out how human resource department can become more effective. Limitations of HRD audit. HRD audit is the examination and verification of HRD aspects. It is very useful process. There are many advantages of HRD audits, but its limitations are following. First is lack of proper response from employees. During audit process, the employee think that this is unnecessary activity and it may go against them, so they hesitate to share information with auditors. Some give half response or sometime avoid gives information. As a result, there is no output from the audit. Second, special care is needed to conduct HRD audit. When conducting HRD audit, special care should be taken regarding selection of auditors, activities for audit selection, and timing for audit. The trained auditor should be selected on the basis of their experience and proven past records. The activities and timing for audits are to be decided so that it should not affect the audit as well as routine work of the organization. Third, shortage of time. When audit is conducted, the auditors are given very less time to audit a lot of HRD related activities. The auditors do not find sufficient time to study all activities and collect data. They carry out the work hurriedly and they are likely to give half or wrong report sometime. Fourth, high cost of conducting audits. During audit process, a lot of arrangements are to be made for the auditors. For them, logging, boarding, transportation, entertainment, and fees arrangements are to be made. The total cost for conduct audit for a fortnight period, a large amount is involved. It adds to the cost of the organization and profitability goes down. Fifth, evaluation of units and systems not for individuals. In HRD audit, the activities or subsystem involved are evaluated. The efforts are put to find out the gap between planning and actual work carried. The comparison of these two finds a deviation in activities, but efforts are not put to evaluate the caliber required and possessed by the individual employees. Despite its limitations, HRD audit is very useful. It provides information to assess all aspects of HRD and helps to improve the overall effectiveness of the organization. Scope of human resource audit. The scope of human resource audit is very wide. It covers the management of people at all levels. It is not limited to a review of the performance of human resource department. Human resource audit can be conducted to evaluate the policies, procedures, and programs of human resource management. It can also be directed at the result, both achievements and failures in the area of human resource. Scope of human resource audit is divided into two, that is, auditing HR policies and auditing HR programs. Now we are discussing about the scope of the human resource audits step by step. First, we are discussing about the auditing human resource policies. Human resource policies are broad statements of what should be done in the area of human resource management. The policy audit attempts to judge the coverage of human resource policies. It analyzes policy formulation, policy communication, and policy change. Now, policy formulation. The auditor should seek the answer to these questions, that is, who establishes policy, who suggests changes in the policy, what type of research is carried on policy, are employees consulted in the formulation of policy, etc. Next, communication of policy. The way policies are communicated to employees should be examined. Wherever policies are written in the form of a manual, the auditor should review the policy manual. He should find out whether it is easily available to and understood by the staff. And the last policy is consistency of the policy. Policy audit must reveal whether human resource policies are consistent with the organizational objectives and current thinking. There should be no contradiction between different policies. Now we are discussing about the auditing human resource programs. Human resource programs are the means for implementing human resource policies. Human resource program states how the human resource activities are to be carried out. Audit of human resource programs helps to reveal well the human resource policies are implemented. For instance, evaluation of job description, application blanks, selection tests, and employment interviews may record the need for revision of either of these because they have become outdated. Human resource auditor must ensure that human resource procedures and practices are consistent with the human resource policies. He should also find out whether any deviation from the established human resource program has taken place. Areas and levels of HRD audit. The major areas include planning, which has programming, forecasting, scheduling to meet organization and human resource needs. Its result or level first is human resource shortage, oversupplies, overtime, etc. Its level second is programs and procedures, which include 5-year plans, cost benefit budgets. Level 3 is policy, which includes explicit statement of intention to provide inclusive plan for present and future manpower. Second major area is staffing and development, which includes defined requirement and career sources, recruitments, selection, training and promotion. Its level 1 is result, which includes recruitment times, cost, training times, cost, and labor turnover. Its level second is program and procedure, which includes in-house and out-house training programs, guidance in career. Its level 3 is policy, let cream rise, non-discrimination. Major area third is known as organizing, which includes maintaining structures for coordinating, communicating, and collaborating. Its result is feedback, reader interest, extent of formal organization, reports, and records. Its programs and procedures are job definitions for individuals, departments, crew, task forces, house organs, etc. Its policy is encourage flexibility, reduce resistance to change, effective three-way communication. The next major area is known as commitment, which includes individual and group motivation, interest, efforts, and contribution, whose result is productivity, performance, norms, comparative cost. Its program and procedure is job enlargement, wage and salary administration, morale survey, exit interviews, fringe benefits, etc. Its policy is gain high personal identification, ensure whole man satisfaction, etc. The next major area is known as administration. It includes style of leadership and delegation, supervision, and negotiation. Its result is suggestions, promotions, grievances, discipline, union management relations, corporations, etc. Its program and procedures include consultative supervision, collective bargaining, union management committees, etc. Its policy are style adopted to changing expectation, participative involvement, and collective bargaining. And the last major area is known as research and innovation, which includes experiments and theory testing in all areas. Its result is changes, experiments, and report publications. Its policies and procedures are research and development approach in all areas, suggestion plans, etc. And its policies are test old and new theories and encourage activities in management. Approaches to HR audits. The following approaches are adopted for the purpose of evaluation. First is comparative approach. In this, the auditor identifies competitors' company as a model. The results of organization are compared with those of the model company. Benchmarks for comparison may be directed by an outside consultant. Second is outside authority approach. In this, auditor use standards set by an outside consultant as benchmark for the comparison of own results. Third is statistical approach. In this, statistical measures of performance such as absenteeism, and turnover rates are used to assess performance, which is considering the company's existing information. Fourth is compliance approach. In this, auditor reviews past actions to calculate whether those activities comply with legal requirements and industry policies and procedures. Fifth is management by objective or MBO approach. This approach creates specific goals against which performance can be measured to arrive at final decision about organization's actual performance with the set objectives. Human resource audit process. Audit was applied in human resource for smooth functioning. It also check and verify HR practices to measure the health of human resource functions. The HR process is complicated process, and in it a number of activities or steps are taken in sequence. It is time consuming process. The steps involved in HR audit are interrelated. Each step is logically dependent upon its preceding steps so that the organization get a clear view of health of HR functions. The steps involved in process are framing of policy, pre-audit preparations, conducting HR audits, preparation of audit reports, and follow-up actions. Framing of policy. First part of the framing of policy includes policies for human resource managers. For development of human resource, the function to perform are to be decided in discussion with other managers. Responsibility of HR, fixing job responsibility and accountability, expected standard of performance, competency needed, duration for performing such functions, cost involved are to be decided in the policy. The second framing of policy includes audit policy for conducting audits. Areas of HR audits, selection of auditors, schedule for conducting audit, responsibility for conducting HR audit, procedure for conducting audit, and cost involved in audit are to be decided for smooth functioning of audit work. And the last is known as preparation to implement the audit. The auditors are to be selected as per the policy guidelines. The audit schedule for the whole year is to be finalized and communicated to all concerned. The responsibility for conducting audit is fixed and budget is made available for auditors' expenses. Pre-audit preparation. The auditors appointed for conducting HR audit prepare themselves for conducting HR audit. They go through published work of the company such as HR manuals, reports, handbooks, training records, forms, and other for collecting relevant information. The HR manager should supply these records and reports to the auditors. If not done so, then a pre-audit information request is to be forwarded to the client who is responsible for audit in the company. Conducting human resource audit. According the schedule prepared, the auditors visit the different locations in the company to get ideas regarding various aspects related to human resource. The auditors may be internal team or outsiders. The necessary arrangement is to be made for their logging, boarding, and transportation of the auditors. The auditors check various records, reports, conduct interviews of employees and managers who are connected with particular activities. Records and reports related to selection, training opportunities offered, promotion, transfers, rewards and recognitions, compensation packages, grievance related to these topics are checked and verified. Preparation of audit report. After conducting audit with the help of interviews, record checking, questionnaires, referring to various published work of the company, workshops and observations, the auditor prepare a audit report. This team of auditor discusses every issue that have come across and final report is submitted to client. During the audit, whatever discrepancies observed are recorded and highlighted along with the activities, department and person responsible in the report. The report suggests remedial steps for discrepancy removal. Follow-up actions. After submission of auditor's report, the client is asked to take corrective actions so that the discrepancies can be removed in time. The objective is to bring improvement in HR functions and policy. A time limit is given to the concerned manager. On expiry of such period, auditor expects response from the client. If they don't get corrective response, are again set to the client, and if no attention is paid on it, then report is done to the head of the company to apply corrective actions suggested in human resource. So students, let now summarize what we have learned in this module. And human resource audit is like an annual health checkup. It plays a vital role in instilling sense of confidence in the management and human resource function of an organization. Human resource audit thus contributes toward the best possible use of internal resources and maximizing the effectiveness of human capital in the organization. At the same time, it is useful in streamlining the human resource process and practices with the industry best practices and standards.